welcome to English for You. I'm Kat.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're talking about weird foods.
That's right, the television show Bizarre Foods.
Yeah.
It went away for a while. I think it's been back for a while, but the host, Andrew Zimmern, is still doing what he does, traveling around the world and introducing us to some of the more unusual things you can find out there to eat.
Right. So what's a weird food that you've seen or eaten?
I do pretty well on that Andrew Zimmern type menu.
Really?
I've had cod milt.
Like eggs?
M-I-L-T, like sperm sacs from a cod.
Okay.
A balut egg. I've had a balut egg. Ants, rats, pigeons, bees. A bunch of stuff. There's very little I won't try once. But I won't try some things twice because they're just not good.
Okay, well, I mean, I think the weirdest thing I've probably eaten is just, I don't know, natto.
Oh, that's a good one.
But it's not very weird.
No, but it feels weird and looks weird. Well, that's the funny thing about weird foods is that for you, natto, that Japanese delicacy, is weird.
Yeah.
But I've met a lot of people here who would look at sort of blue cheese with things growing on it from France, which I love, as being weird. They would say that's rotten milk. And you know what? They're kind of right.
Yeah, but it's good rotten milk.
It is good. And for other people, natto might look like something that comes out of your nose, but it's delicious. So there you go. Bizarre foods are in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Not all foods are bizarre, but the show is always interesting and entertaining, as is our host, Andrew Zimmern.
Yeah, and I think that the foods he's looking at on these 2 days are actually quite good.
I think he's run out of bizarre foods.
I think he's doing not bizarre foods.
He'd have to go to Mars and eat some weird alien food.
Okay.
But he is going to be still introducing us to some wonderful food. And some of this might actually be something you'd want to eat.
Could be.
And not just something you'd want to look at and go, oh!
Ooh, okay, well, let's find out where we are and what we're going to be eating today. Let's go to the article.
Reading.
Bizarre foods, delicious destinations. Hiss, crackle, pop. That's the sound of a delicious meal being cooked on Bizarre Foods, delicious destinations. This meal will taste like heaven, so get ready for a delicious food journey with host Andrew Zimmern. Andrew is in the Hamptons, a small region of Long Island, New York. The area is not only known for its seafood, but also its cattle. This has led to some amazing lobster and steak dishes. Join Andrew at the Palm Restaurant, which has served New Yorkers for 93 years. The cooks here know that the best flavors for surf and turf are simple. Butter and lemon flavor the lobster, while the steak needs nothing but salt. Based on customer reviews, the result is perfect. Next, Andrew is in Astoria, a New York neighborhood that is home to the city's many Greek restaurants. At Taverna Kyklades, the cooks make traditional grilled octopus using modern methods, and the meat is tender and tasty. Happy customers are transported to Greece with every bite.
Okay, our article starts off today with a bunch of sounds of cooking. Hiss, crackle, pop.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some exciting food going on
I know. That's the sound of a delicious meal being cooked on Bizarre Foods, delicious destinations. Okay, well, first of all, what the heck is bizarre? When you say a food is bizarre or something else is bizarre, it means it's really strange. It's not something you would be used to seeing. You would look at it or smell it or eat it and be like, huh, that's weird. Yeah.
Absolutely. Strange, bizarre, weird. These are words we use for things that are very unusual, very not normal, at least for us.
Like eating bees.
Like eating bees.
Yeah.
Chocolate-covered bees. They're delicious.
I don't know about that. Anyway, okay, but the second part of the title is delicious destinations. And when you're talking about a destination, it's a place you want to go, or the place you're going to. It's the end of a journey or the point of a trip that you're going on. So the places he's going to have all these delicious foods.
Yeah, these destinations, all right? If you're ever taking a bus or a train or a plane, the city or the place that's written on your ticket, that will be your destination,
right,
most likely. All right, so let's jump into our article. It says, this meal will taste like heaven. So get ready for a delicious food journey with host Andrew Zimmern, all right? So that's basically telling us what to expect from the television show. Of course, delicious food, and this delicious food will taste like heaven. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
So we use this expression, something is like heaven, because for a lot of people, when they hear the word heaven, this name, this place, it's a wonderful place. It's the perfect place. It's where you go when you die. If you're a good person, you'll go up to heaven, and everything's perfect and wonderful and excellent, and the weather's always good, and the food's always fresh, and there's always something really great on TV, and no one gets fat, because it's heaven. So if we say something is like heaven, we're just saying it's amazing, it's perfect, it's awesome, it's wonderful. We can actually use that kind of as an adjective. How was your holiday? Oh, it was heaven. It was awesome. It was great. It was really perfect. I couldn't have made it better. It's like where we go when we die and God lives there. It's like heaven. All right, well, Andrew Zimmer, he's been traveling the world for years. I've seen him in Taiwan. I've seen him in Japan and Thailand eating strange things. So, where is he this time? Is he in Africa? Is he going to be in South America eating some weird rats?
Not quite.
Is he in Korea? Is he in Korea eating those like live octopus?
No, he's actually in a place that's a lot more fancy and a lot more close to our home. Andrew is in the Hamptons.
The Hamptons?
A small...
Like where fancy New York people go for summer holiday?
Yeah. The
That's
Hamptons,
it?
a small region of Long Island, New York. Yeah, that's where he's at.
Okay.
So Hamptons, if you've never heard of the Hamptons, it's made up of the towns of Southampton and East Hampton. It's a part of New York City. It's known for big houses owned by rich and famous people and wealthy New Yorkers. I think Donald Trump has a house in the Hamptons, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, a lot of people go there for summer vacations. It's not just known for being rich and famous, though. It's also known for farming and fishing and growing grapes for wine. So it's got a lot of good things going for it.
There you go. It's a beach city not far from New York, but you can get away from the city. And as you mentioned, wonderful food is found out there in the Hamptons. So it's a popular place for people to go. And it says the area is not only known for its seafood, but also its cattle. Yeah, if you ever find the Hamptons on a map, you'll see it's right there on the Atlantic Ocean. So of course it's well known for seafood or fish and other things we catch in the water, but also it's known for beef, it's known for cows, cattle.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until I researched this article. But anyway, this has led to some amazing lobster and steak dishes. Okay, sounds pretty good to me.
That absolutely does sound good. And when something leads to something, that basically means this is the first thing, and then later on you will get that thing. Studying hard leads to success in your exams. Eating too much junk food leads to gaining weight. Or planning a great holiday leads to wonderful memories when you come home. One thing, and if you follow the path and do all the correct actions, this is what will happen. This is what it will lead to.
Okay, yeah, so it leads to amazing
food.
Amazing
awesome
lobster.
Food. It's like heaven.
Yeah, amazing is an adjective that means awesome, wonderful, top quality, like heaven. You can't believe it's real. It's so good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, an example sentence for amazing. Henry is an amazing violin player. Amazing!
Amazing.
He can play such beautiful songs on it, on the violin.
Yeah, and he can do it underwater too.
Wow.
It's very impressive.
I bet you can't hear the violin though.
No. All right, back to Andrew Zimmern in the Hamptons. It says, join Andrew at the Palm Restaurant, which has served New Yorkers for 93 years.
Wow.
That is a long time. This
That's a very
restaurant's
long
been in
time.
business almost 100 years, the Palm Restaurant. And hey, you know, if a restaurant or any business has been open for almost 100 years, they must be doing something good.
All right, so we see at this, the sentence, the Palm Restaurant, comma, which has served New Yorkers for 93 years. Seeing this comma followed by a which, followed by a noun phrase, has served New Yorkers for 93 years, means that we have a non-restricted relative clause, which is like a relative clause that tells about the Palm Restaurant. Now, the information in this is not essential. You don't need to know it in order to know about the Palm Restaurant, but it is additional information which can help you to know more about it. That's why we have this comma followed by which. We will not use the word that. That would be in a different kind of relative clause, but we're using which instead. Now, there are lots of examples of this, like you could say, I have a beautiful house in the country, comma, which has lots of rooms inside of it. You don't need to know that it has lots of rooms, but it's information that is very useful. Yeah, so we're talking about the Hamptons. They have lobster, they have steak, and these together make this dish called surf and turf.
That's a special term for when you have steak with some kind of seafood usually, right?
Yep.
Lobster being traditional.
Yeah, so then we talk about, the article says, the cooks here know that the best flavors for surf and turf are simple.
Oh.
So it sounds like they probably don't add a lot to it, but we're talking about the flavor of the dish. Now, flavor is a noun that talks about the way something tastes. There are lots of different kinds of flavors, but I think there's about 6 different basic ones. You have salty, sweet, sour, spicy, savory, bitter. There are other kinds too, but you know, those are your basic different kinds of flavors. So surf and turf probably will have a very savory flavor, very light flavor. So an example sentence might be, the fish had a mild but delicious flavor, especially once cooked in the oven.
Yeah, it might have the flavor of seawater and sea salt and stuff like that, which
little
people
bit salty.
enjoy.
Yeah. So when we say surf and turf, the reason we call it that is because surf talks about the waves of the ocean.
Right.
That's the ocean food, seafood. And turf means land or dirt. And that's why you get
grass.
land food, like beef.
There you
so
go.
you get shrimp or lobster and steak.
That's right. But surf and turf would never be something like chicken with clams.
That would be weird.
That would be turf and surf, but no, it's generally lobster with a steak, kind of a fancy big meal, but something people might order, you know, for a special occasion, a birthday, or something like that.
It's probably expensive.
Go out to a nice expensive restaurant, exactly. Anyway, so back in the article it says butter and lemon flavors the lobster, while the steak needs nothing but salt. Yes,
nice.
A good piece of steak doesn't need anything but salt. Put that ketchup down. Put it down. Do not put ketchup on your steak. Do not do that. A little bit of salt is all you need. But butter and lemon flavors the lobster. Notice there we're using flavor as a verb. All right, the flavor of something is how it tastes. That would be a noun. But when you add something that makes the taste better, you are flavoring it. So we flavor things with herbs and spices, salt, pepper, sauce, things like that. We'll flavor or add flavor to your meal. Nothing but, it says the steak needs nothing but salt. Nothing except this, all right? What did you do last night? I did nothing but sit on the sofa and watch baseball. That's all I did, all right?
That sounds relaxing.
It was very relaxing. I had a big surf and turf dinner, so I couldn't actually move.
Right, of course. Yeah. All right, so on with the article. We're talking about the surf and turf at the Palm Restaurant.
Yes.
This 93-year-old place. Based on customer reviews, the result is perfect. Yeah, so we got 2 vocabulary words in this sentence. I'm going to do the first one. It is review. Now, when you're talking about review as a noun, it's basically a short piece of writing that talks about the quality of something. It tells you how good or bad it is, whether it's 1 star or 5 stars or anything in between. What did you like? What didn't you like? Would you do it again? Would you go there again? So the purpose of a review could be a professional one, or it could just be something that you write after you've been to that restaurant. It helps other people know about how good it is. So an example sentence for a review might be, after having the best meal of her life at the restaurant, Elsa left a great review for it online.
There you go. Yeah, people can make their own reviews, or we can have someone called a critic who gets paid to write reviews. Generally, they know a lot about what they're writing about, right?
Yeah.
And we can also use it as a verb, right? So you write a review or you review
the restaurant,
or something like that. And we also have this word result. The result of something is the end product. What happens at the end after everything else has happened, after all the other steps have been done? What is the result? What has ended up? What is the final product? That is how we use this word, all right? So for example, our success is a result of everyone's hard work. So we had lots of hard work, and what came out at the end? Success. It went very well. So the success is the result of the things that came before, in that case, hard work. All right, let's get back to the article. So, he was in the Hamptons, just outside New York and Long Island. Next we read, Andrew is in Astoria, a New York neighborhood that is home to the city's many Greek restaurants. This is, I believe, is part of Queens. A little bit closer to New York, but still off the island of Manhattan. And then there, in Astoria, Queens actually has a lot of Taiwanese people. But Astoria,
Flushing, right?
I'm not sure if it's Flushing. But anyways, that neighborhood of Queens is well known for Greek food, anything from the country of Greece. We use the adjective Greek. Greek food, Greek people, and the Greek language. I love me some Greek food.
Oh yes, Greek food
really
is
good.
really good.
And it's hard to find in Taiwan.
Yeah, I mean, there are some Greek restaurants around, but...
Really?
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't usually have any of it because I'm vegetarian and they mostly serve meat.
Greek salad.
Maybe, yeah.
Spanakopita.
Oh yeah, spanakopiters are really good. Anyway, so we're talking about a particular Greek restaurant in Astoria. So this is called Taverna Kyklades. At Taverna Kyklades, the cooks make traditional grilled octopus using modern methods. Okay, and the meat is tender and tasty. So I wonder what these modern methods are, but I guess we're gonna find out after we learn about the word tender. So when we're talking about something being tender, tender is an adjective that means soft and easy to eat. It doesn't take a lot of effort to chew it, and it usually feels really nice in your mouth. When we say something is tender, we're usually talking about meat or vegetables when they've been cooked a very long time over low heat, and they are very, very soft and easy to eat. Or if you're talking about a person being tender, it could mean that they have a tender personality, means they're very soft and kind, or if they're a tender heart, they get emotional very easily. They might cry very easily if they are tender-hearted. So an example sentence for tender, we're talking about food. The meat on the ribs was so tender that it nearly fell off the bone. I didn't even use a knife to cut it.
And we also had this adjective, tasty. This is a great word when talking about food because tasty basically means delicious, yummy, oishi. So it means it's good. It tastes good. You like it in your mouth. It makes you happy when you eat it. For example, I think blue cheese is tasty, but other people might agree. That's a good point.
Disagree, right?
Other people might disagree. It's a good point. What some people think is tasty, other people might think is not good at all. It's all about personal taste. All right, let's get back to the article. It says, happy customers are transported to Greece with every bite. Wow, that's pretty cool. Now, that does not mean that if you eat the food, they will fly you to Greece in an airplane or through some magic. No, but it basically, when we're talking about being transported, not in a real way, but kind of in our minds or our imagination, right? If you see a great movie, you might be transported to the place the movie is taking place. You know, like a good space science fiction movie will transport you to another planet or another time. You're still in the movie theater, but in your imagination, in your experience, it's like you've gone somewhere else. So the food, if you eat it and close your eyes, you'll feel like you're in Greece. Wonderful.
Yeah, sounds good.
There you go.
All right, so that's the end of our article for the first day. Andrew has showed us some of the best food in New York. Tomorrow, we're going to go to a different part of the US, but for now, we're going to go straight to our For You chat.
For You chat.
Okay, so our For You chat question today is actually one that's really, really hard, especially if you've eaten a lot of good food in your life. What's one of the best meals you've ever eaten?
Wow, that is a really tough question. I mean, it could be anything from, you know, barbecuing with my friends in the backyard and just making a delicious hamburger or something, or traveling to another city and eating at like a 3-star Michelin restaurant. I've done both of those things. I think that's quite lucky, and I'd say they're both great, but it kind of depends.
Yeah, it really does depend.
You know, yeah. What about you? Is there one meal that really stands out for you?
I mean, I've had a lot of great meals in my life. The first one I remember, though, the first one that comes to mind is in Siena, Italy.
Okay.
When my mom and I went to a restaurant that was underground in an old catacomb.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
and they made a risotto, which is like a rice dish, in a cheese wheel.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it was very cheesy, ricey,
very cheesy.
creamy,
Yeah.
and you're eating it underground in like an old cellar / graveyard thing. That's pretty cool. So there you go. A lot of having a great meal isn't just about the food. It's about the food, the place, who you're with, all of those different things. So what about you guys? What is one of the best meals you've ever eaten? Talk about it, and most important, explain why it really sticks in your mind. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with more from Andrew Zimmer and Bizarre Foods, and hopefully he's going to be eating something with a face.
I don't know.
Because that's bizarre.
That would be bizarre, but I guess we'll find out. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
Bizarre Foods. Delicious destinations. Hiss, crackle, pop. That's the sound of a delicious meal being cooked on Bizarre Foods, Delicious Destinations. This meal will taste like heaven, so get ready for a delicious food journey with host Andrew Zimmer. Andrew is in the Hamptons, a small region of Long Island, New York. The area is not only known for its seafood, but also its cattle. This has led to some amazing lobster and steak dishes. Join Andrew at The Palm Restaurant, which has served New Yorkers for 93 years. The cooks here know that the best flavors for surf and turf are simple. Butter and lemon flavor the lobster, while the steak needs nothing but salt. Based on customer reviews, the result is perfect. Next, Andrew is in Astoria, a New York neighborhood that is home to the city's many Greek restaurants. At Taverna Kyklades, the cooks make traditional grilled octopus using modern methods, and the meat is tender and tasty. Happy customers are transported to Greece with every bite.
Vocabulary Review.
Amazing. Peter thought the movie was amazing. He's planning to see it again. Flavor. My favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry, but I also like chocolate. Review. When I buy things on Shopee, I always check the reviews first. Result. The patient waited nervously for the results of his medical exam. Tender. I'm not happy about the quality of this beef. It's not tender at all. Tasty. This restaurant is known for serving some really tasty desserts.
字汇小补帖
Bizarre. Destination.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net